mes amis, quel jour de fête, je vais marcher sous vos drapeaux.
Opera was a domestic art form. At its beginnings, it was performed basically at the end of a dinner party. And we like the idea of doing it in a non-traditional venue where it can be either an installation or a more intimate affair, to separate it from a grand opera in a proscenium theater.
The Fire Island Opera Festival is a celebration of opera in its original form, as it was created by the Florentine humanists back in the Renaissance. We will present operas, many of which are forgotten gems from the 17th, 18th century, and then pair them with contemporary works, some of which we hope one day will be commissions of new works. We really want to embrace this notion of a party. For those people who don't know opera, maybe they don't even like opera, this is an environment where you can put your toe in the water and experience it in a fun atmosphere. It's a culinary experience, it's a dance experience, it's a visual art experience, and it's a music experience.
Yeah.
We teamed up this past season with Lauren Gockley, who's a chocolatier, and she actually created the chocolate cake that was featured in the 20-minute opera Bon Appetit, which is based on Julia Child's chocolate cake episode. So we installed the kitchen in a loft kitchen out on Fire Island and turned it into sort of a Food Network version. And then we served the cakes after. The excitement that was generated on the island from live performers mixing with Charles Mary Kubrick, the installation artist, who designed a set out of repurposed materials from the island, which had been destroyed during the hurricane. And we sort of gave new life to the island and celebrated the rebirth of Fire Island after Sandy. We celebrated the rebirth of this old opera that had been commissioned by Marie Antoinette and was sort of lost for hundreds of years. We did something else that we were a little afraid of initially, which was we changed the gender of one of the characters. So Claudine became Claude, and Claude was fought over by two men. But we took a universal love story without making it political, because that's not our goal. And we explored it through the lens of men being with other men. And that proved to be very successful and well received. And it also spoke to our audience. We're really excited to take people on an entirely different journey this year, which will be a Weimar sort of melodramatic murder story, which we will set into a nightclub pavilion again. And we're also looking at some co-productions, possibly bringing the piece to New York City after it has premiered at Fire Island. Our festival is all about unmasking works and unmasking the audience perception of the work. So I think what you discover in that process can be transportable, and therefore the festival as well. It comes with a different kind of energy. And I think that energy would translate if we were to install it into a club in New York City or in Berlin, or we've even talked about having tents created where we could be like a roving commedia troupe and install it in a park, or take it to the Hamptons, or take it to other islands.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Carmen and La Boheme and The Marriage of Figaro, but there's a lot of opportunity to hear those works, and there hasn't been an opportunity to hear The Magic Tree for 240 years. I really want people to feel that they've had an experience that they have never had before.
What's really important as we move forward with a more digital world, that we still have these live, intimate experiences that's sort of human to human without something in between, because it changes the way in which we relate to each other, and it changes the way that we understand ourselves.